What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
This is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast, coming at you almost every Saturday from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. A lot's going on, man.
WrestleMania is around the corner.
It's around the corner, man.
I'm excited for these matches.
You know, I am too. I think
like last year's WrestleMania was fantastic.
I wouldn't go back. Well, it was pretty good. I wouldn't say fantastic. It was good. Mm-hmm. It was good. And it was enjoyable. I think this year's going to be a lot different because, you know, no McMahon's.
Way different.
Way different. Rock is kind of guiding the ship in this one. Speaking of WrestleMania, Jade Cargill, you know, she popped up last night on SmackDown.
With Iyo Skye.
With Iyo Skye before Nick Aldis interrupted. I think she might be coming a face.
That could be happening.
That's weird, though, isn't it?
Who, Jade Cargill?
Yeah, being a face.
That's going to be weird for the crowd.
I think it's going to be weird, too. I want to see it, see how they're going to pull it off.
I think Bayley should lose the match at WrestleMania.
Speaking of Bayley, you know, real quick pivot.
The same thing.
Dakota Kai turns on Bayley. We kind of called this weeks ago.
I called it.
When she first...
I knew that was going to happen.
When Bayley first got rid of Damage Control and, you know, the Kabuki Warriors attacked and Dakota Kai came to her defense, I was like, you know what? This is going to be a bait and switch. Don't trust Dakota Kai.
Never. She's better as a heel.
I remember when she turned on Tegan Nox real bad.
So good.
She beat the hell out of her.
Yeah.
Beat her to a pulp.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know...
I knew that was going to happen.
They have her character switching gears all the time. And she's the one who's most likely to turn on you. So when they have
Never trust Dakota Kai or Randy Orton or Seth Rollins.
Never trust either of those three.
Yeah.
Because they change like the wind. I like the switch up. I'm interested.
Some shenanigans are going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm interested to see if Jade Cargill teams up with Bayley. I think it'd be cool to see them together.
Very cool.
And I think it'd be good for Jade Cargill to team up with someone who's like a super seasoned veteran like Bayley, because Bayley's been around the company forever.
Long time.
And she's been champ at every level. She's been a face. She's been a heel.
I like her as a heel.
I like her as a heel too, but I also like her as her role model thing.
So good.
She's really good. And the crowd,
she's funny.
The crowd loves her either way, whether she's a heel or a face.
Yeah.
And I really like Bayley. I hope she gets her chance to get her WrestleMania moment. I really do.
I think Iyo Skye should retain because it makes a lot more sense.
Why?
I want to see Iyo Skye going against Jade Cargill. That would be pretty good.
That'd be an interesting match. Two different styles. Speaking of styles, is it Tiffy time?
I think it is.
I think it is too. They've got this girl starting, you know, top of the card shows, you know, wrestling in main events. They treating Naomi now. You know, Naomi just got back like a jobber. Naomi used to be a champ.
Yeah.
She's champ a few times in WWE and in TNA. And now she's a jobber. She's jobbing to like this freaking rookie. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it feels excellent. She's a jobber now.
I don't think that's cool, man. She's an OG, man. She's an OG. And she's, like I said, she's a former champ.
Yeah.
And they got her jobbing to Tiffany Stratton. Hell?
That's a good sign for Tiffany Stratton.
Not for Naomi. You know, Naomi's an OG, man. She's been around for a while. I don't like the way they're disrespecting her.
I think they should make her as a jobber still. In a good way.
I disagree.
I agree with this.
I don't. Because she's shown that she can have a women's division and carry it.
As a jobber, I'm fine with it.
Alan, you're not making any sense. You're not making any sense. She just came from TNA as their women's knockouts champion. And now she's, you know, and they're putting her in these elimination chambers. They're doing this and that. And then they're having her lose. Man, get the hell out of here.
I'm fine with this.
You're not making sense. You're not making sense. You don't bring somebody back just to say, okay, you go sit in the back of the bus. You had to pay this person to come here. That's stupid. It don't make any sense for them to do that. Moving on, The Rock versus Roman. It looks like it's going to be fractures in the bloodline. Interesting stuff last night with the Rock, where he was going crazy with his promos in Glendale, Arizona.
Very good.
Very good. It's a lot of and I came to find out all those, different pauses. They're because of some of the signs and stuff that were in the crowd about The Rock and about other things, and it was just a little crazy. But it was sold out too. So, what do you think about The Rock's influence in WWE right now?
Incredible.
I think he's doing some of his best work.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not corporate Rock. He's not Hollywood Rock. He's heel Rock.
I like Hollywood Rock.
I like The Rock now because he's not coming out in his own merch. He's coming out in the Versace shirts. He's being an asshole. I like that version of the dude.
I think Rock's going to turn on Roman.
I'm pretty effing certain he's going to turn on Roman.
Or it might be the opposite.
They're kind of alluding to it because of the We the One sign. They keep doing, and he keeps putting the L up. And I think last night Paul Heyman kind of paid attention to it. It's interesting how
he knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, they keep giving cues to it. I'm looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. Probably will be a WrestleMania moment.
Yes.
Maybe the screw job coming up.
It might be that.
It might be. I'm curious to see how they're going to pull it off. But I'm trusting The Rock. At first, I wasn't with it. Now I'm all in. I'm invested.
Me too.
I am fully invested in this. Some legal news. Billy Jack Haynes was arrested for murder. What the hell, man?
I did not see that one coming.
Well, a lot of these ex-wrestlers, man, and I've seen it, not just with Chris Benoit, but some of these other guys too. They live a really wild lifestyle, man.
They do.
Even after they retire. And some of them just can't let go of the pills, the alcohol, and a lot of them have bad habits.
A lot of bad habits. And, I used to watch this dude wrestle because I'm old enough to remember who Billy Jack Haynes is. I remember seeing some of his matches in some of the territories before WWE. He might not be as well known as you think, but for us older generational guys, we've seen a lot of these territory wrestlers, come up through territories and then go to WWE, make some money, and then leave. And Billy Jack, he wrestled a long time too. Really long time.
So I don't know. I don't want to, blame CTE or something like that for this man killing somebody. But I think people need to really have some kind of wellness program in place.
Yeah.
Some of these companies, the larger companies, because CTE is a real thing. It's a real thing. And addiction is real too. Some sad news report has 2 passings since the last time we did our podcast. Virgil, he's passed away. Virgil was a longtime associate of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And he was also a one-time $1 Million champion because he beat DiBiase for that belt a long time ago, probably before a lot of our listeners were born. So he passed away quietly. Really nice man. I wish I could have had a chance to meet him. I had a chance to meet him years ago. I did not take it up because a lot of times, our hubris, our ignorance, and our arrogance say, "Oh, they'll be around. I get a chance to talk to him again later." If you see somebody that you're a fan of, spend a couple dollars, go meet them. I always say that, go meet them. Might not be a big deal for that person that you're meeting, but it's a big deal for you because you've seen them, you grew up with them. And I think that's an awesome thing. Ole Anderson, he's passed away. People who don't know, Ole Anderson is the big brother of Arn Anderson, one of the founding members of the Four Horsemen. Dude was a firecracker up until he died. Would say anything. And he was one of the first, spokespeople for the Four Horsemen. Dude was a really good wrestler in his day too. The Andersons, staples of NWA territories, AWA, and they both wrestled a long time. AWA, Memphis, Jerry King Lawler's organization. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Like the wrestling school?
No, it was a whole different territory called AWA. It used to be Continental Wrestling, which was like Alabama, Northern Florida, and Georgia. AWA was mostly Memphis, Arkansas.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Jerry Lawler was the champion of it too.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you got to read up on the territories, man. It used to be Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Championship Wrestling with Jim Cornette and the Gangsters, New Jack.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of different. It was a lot of different territories back in the day. WWE kind of didn't adhere to the territory system, and they went whatever they wanted to because they were the biggest company.
Yeah, they are more than AEW,
and that's why you have so many different small indie organizations that do their own wrestling, like MCW, like GCW, like Virginia Championship Wrestling, and all these other peripheral things.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace to those two legends, and let's see how the Billy Jack Haynes case plays out. Switching gears, will there be an NXT component to WrestleMania, like a Trick versus Mello match?
It could happen.
I think it should happen, man, and let me tell you why. I think Trick has captured the imagination of all the fans, and if they play it right, you know, they could segue and make it like a springboard into him getting the championship
against Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah,
Ilya Dragunov's been killing it.
And he's a really good wrestler, man. I saw an old WWE NXT UK match with him and Walter, which is now Gunther, and that was when he lost the first time. It was
really good.
They wrestled each other like 3 times for that belt.
Yeah.
The third time, Dragunov beat the living hell out of him, and probably the most physical match, one of the most physical matches I've ever seen.
That was really good.
Really good match. I think we've seen it 3 times, but it was old school, and it was just straight up wrestling, hard bumps, really stiff match, and it was like you were watching a territory. It was just really like it almost like they didn't like each other.
Yeah,
but it was just really something to behold. But like I said, Trick has kind of captured the fans' imagination. He has a really catchy song, really good in-ring dude, and his promos are goated.
They're amazing.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Because you keep hearing people say, "Oh, they need to go to the main roster." But I don't know, man. And I think it might be a 3-way dance because Tony D'Angelo, he's gonna be wrestling Dragunov soon.
Maybe
it looks like he's gonna be wrestling him, man.
What if Trick causes Mello the match?
I can see that too.
Yeah,
I can see that because he owes Mello.
Yeah,
he owes him. And he always said, I'm gonna pay you, I'll give you a receipt on that.
Yeah.
So I think that Dragunov might drop that belt and go to the main roster.
Yeah, maybe face against Gunther.
I think that'd be epic.
Yeah.
But I do think that they need to have some type of match from NXT on WrestleMania. Either night 1, probably night 1.
Yeah. Probably.
Introduce the casual fans to somebody from NXT because a lot of the casuals don't watch NXT. They only watch Raw and SmackDown.
Not NXT, which is sad.
Yeah, and NXT's, they have a lot of fun matches. They really do.
Yeah.
They really do. And like
they're always overlooked.
I think so too sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I like Tony D'Angelo. I think he's really good talker, and the fans really connect with him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do with him. They always have some type of Italian mob character.
You used to not like him at first.
I didn't like him at first. I think I had to watch more of his matches. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch, and he's a really good talker. And I like the way that he has the fans. The fans really gravitate to some of the stuff he says. They hang on his every word.
I think Stax might turn on him.
I think Stax is going to turn on him too.
Yes.
I like Stax. I like both funny. Of them. He's funny too. Yeah, I like both of them, man. It's just I don't know.
Who's gonna get the singles push first?
Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah,
Tony D'Angelo.
Then Stax.
If he stays healthy.
Yeah,
because he's been hurt before.
Yeah, with the ankle injury.
With the ankle and stuff. Well, I don't know if that was kayfabe or not, but I heard
it wasn't kayfabe.
I heard he was hurt.
Never break kayfabe, people. Never break
kayfabe. Speaking of kayfabe, AEW news. Roderick Strong versus Orange Cassidy. Who you got, player?
Roderick Strong.
I got Roderick. Well, I want Roderick Strong to win because I'm not an Orange.
Yes.
I'm not an Orange Cassidy fan.
But Roger Strong, he's been in Ring of Honor. He's been in a lot of different places, a lot of indies.
And NXT.
And NXT. I really like him. I like his story. I like how he's come back from injury. I like how he's been, part of a lot of different things.
You remember Neck Strong?
Yeah.
So good.
I feel like I said, I follow his story. I follow him on Insta.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up dude, man. I like Roger Strong.
I do too.
I like everything about him.
I think it's his time.
I hope it's his time, man. I say I don't like Orange Cassidy. I don't like his in-ring persona. I don't know the man from Adam, and I don't follow him as closely as I follow Roger Strong. I follow Roger Strong because I first liked him in NXT, and then I started looking at his other matches in Ring of Honor and in the smaller companies he was a part of, and I was like, man, this dude can really go.
Yeah.
What they call him, Messiah the Backbreaker.
Messiah the Backbreaker. Yeah.
Real good
like
dude.
that.
Real good nickname too.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I wish him luck.
Me too.
Locker room drama in AEW. It's a lot of unhappy wrestlers in AEW. Why do you think that is, Blair?
I think some of the new wrestlers or something are coming.
I don't know, man. I've heard a lot of dudes say they want out. And it's weird because Miro, he's kind of alluded to some, reportedly, allegedly, alluded to some things. He hadn't wrestled in a long time because of injuries. But it doesn't seem like he's very happy with his contract. Malachi Black, another one not happy with his contract.
No.
Buddy Matthews. Whatever the hell his name is. Not happy with his contract. A lot of these guys want out. And these are the locker room dudes. So if they want out, what the hell? And it's not just them. Even the minor stars are starting to, chirp out about how, they're not happy too.
It's the same way in TNA.
Yeah. So what's going on? Give us some insight, guys. Hit us up on Instagram or TikTok.
I think they might go to NWA or WWE.
We'll see. They, people. You say WWE or TNA. What about New Japan Pro?
That would be good.
Work for Matt Riddle.
Me too. It worked for him.
Worked for him. He's the new world television champion over there. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting to say the least.
I think he's going to hold that title for a long time.
I don't know, man. He comes out with this dumbass interview talking about him using drugs and smoking weed and stuff.
I saw that.
When he was in WWE, and I'm like, man, this is not going to help an employer give you that push.
No, because it doesn't work that way.
A lot of wrestling is image, and he's been at it for a long time through MMA and
years.
Through WWE. Yeah, decades probably.
Yeah,
but at the same time, he does dumb things.
Yeah, he does.
He does dumb things, and that interview is something that if I was his manager or his PR person, I would have talked to him out of it, because that is not how you get a new contract.
No,
that's not how you get a new contract.
No. But at least he's doing a little bit better.
He's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot better. I'm not criticizing him harshly. I'm just, for those who don't know, my whole shtick, my whole career, I've done public affairs stuff, PR stuff. And when I see these wrestlers, throwing away their credibility, their good name, just for the spark of some controversy or to do an interview, it's dumb. You leaving money on the table. You don't know who would give you an endorsement or something like that if you just keep your nose clean. But these dudes don't know how to do that.
They don't know how to do that.
They don't know how to do it. Farewell to Sting. What do you think Sting's legacy was, Alan? You think he's on great? He think he's on Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
I think he is. Maybe second.
Really?
Yeah. The first one is Ric Flair.
Interesting. I like Sting. I watched him when I was in, before you were ever thought of, because he's been wrestling that long.
Yeah.
When he was with UWF.
UWF, that's a wrestling company.
It used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be.
I don't know what happened to it.
It's defunct. It doesn't exist anymore. But I remember him, Steve, Dr. Duff Williams,
all those dudes, Barry Windham. They had quite a stable of good wrestlers.
Yeah, he did.
But I remember when Sting was trying to be their heavyweight champion a long time ago, man. Because, he started his career with the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he did.
They were both bodybuilders that wanted to become wrestlers, and they did. One of them, went to WWE, and the other one didn't. But Sting was in his prime before he had all the back surgeries, before he hurt his neck, before he became the Crow. The dude was a really solid physical wrestler.
Yeah.
Had a lot of moves, Scorpion Deathlock, stuff like that.
He's really good with Darby Allin, which is good.
Yeah, he is. He like he was
mentoring him.
Yeah, he's changed his whole shtick over the last couple decades. I really, I wish him luck. He's been wrestling, most of his life.
Yeah, they have to defend their titles against the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I think the Young Bucks should win it.
Well, they probably would. Well, I don't know about that. I'm not a fan of the Young Bucks. Yeah. But I think I kind of agree with you. I'm on the fence about how great he was, but I know he is great.
Yeah, he's just not the Ric Flair vibe.
Yeah, not too many people could capture imagination like Flair.
Yeah.
But I think Sting wrestled good matches longer than Flair wrestled good matches.
Yeah.
I'll say it like that.
Yeah. So,
speaking of Flair and some other places he had great success, NWA. And I'll close it a little bit with NWA. They got some studs down there, man. Saw some matches with Talos and another match with Silas Mason, the Thrillbilly.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those guys before?
No, I haven't.
They're interesting, man. I think you should go check them out. At least look at, on YouTube or even on Instagram. They have a lot of highlights of their matches, but YouTube has a lot of them. They're really interesting, man. I think NWA could make some noise if they gave these guys the correct push.
Yes. Maybe against EC3.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thrillbilly is the Southeastern heavyweight champion. I really like his shtick. He's just some redneck who can really wrestle really strong. He's a really good talker. I like him a lot.
Almost like Trevor Murdoch.
He reminds me a lot of Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah.
He does remind me of Trevor Murdoch, but I like Trevor Murdoch.
Trevor Murdoch's fun.
Trevor Murdoch is the dude that, he's those dudes are the ones who really wanted, like him. And that's why I always liked him, because he had the potential to be a good wrestler in WWE. He was a good wrestler. He was a tag team champion.
Yeah, he was.
But the thing about him in the NWA belt, 10 pounds of gold, and I always, talk about NWA a little bit because I grew up watching it. I always think that those guys, the ones who really want to be champion, are better than the guys they put into that space. Like Trevor Murdoch's way better than what's the dude that beat him for the belt? Tyrus.
Matt Cardona?
No, Tyrus.
Tyrus, yeah.
I think he's a way better champion than dudes like Tyrus. I think he's a better dude. I think he's a better champion than dudes like EC3.
Or Matt Cardona.
I like Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is
a tough one.
It's a tough one with him because he can really wrestle. He's really good promos, and you could tell he kind of deserved that belt too.
Yeah, he did.
But dudes like Trevor Murdoch, dudes who grew up in the territories, dudes that wrestled all over the world, who really wanted to be like, a lot of these dudes, they want to be that champion because they're legends. Dirty Dick Murdoch, people like Ric Flair, all these other guys. These legends held the NWA heavyweight title.
Yeah.
And it used to mean something to have that belt. It really did, man. I talk a lot about it because I used to watch it. I watched it as a young person, and I'm like, that's the belt. That's the belt. And, it's been watered down because of, the emergency.
Backstage issues.
Billy Corgan, he owns the company now. He doesn't come from a wrestling background. He's a music guy. But he's trying to make that company more relevant. Getting contract with the CW,
and all these other things. I think that's really good, and it's good to promote that company again. But I really want to see somebody like Trevor Murdoch win that belt again.
Yeah, that would be an awesome moment.
Because guys like that, they want to be the champion. They don't just want to be it just to have a status they want to be it because that's their lifelong goal.
It is.
So, and that's why I think a lot of people, to circle back around to Cody, that's why I think a lot of people want to see him win the WWE belt. Because he really wants to be the champion because his dad never became the champion.
It's gonna happen.
We'll see, man. And on that, we'll leave it at that. Y'all go out and have a safe week and a great weekend. We appreciate y'all listening to us. Thank you.
Bye.
Y'all take it easy. Bye.